charge. With that, I would like to yield 2 minutes to the gentleman from Virginia, our whip, Mr. Cantor.
The gentleman from Virginia is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank the gentleman from Wisconsin. First of all, Madam Chair, the American people are looking at us today to see if there is actually going to be a real connection between what this place is about and what people are going through every single day in the communities across this country. Job number one for us is to get the economy back on track. And the way we do that is to promote job creation. And there is, without a doubt, an attack on the job creators on the part of the budget being brought forward by the majority. How in the world do we expect small businesses to create jobs if we're taxing small businesses? And in fact, 50% of those individuals who receive a tax hike under the majority's budget are small businesses. And if you've got more employees, you got higher taxes. That doesn't make sense. Some of the other accusations are, how do you think you can bring the economy back by lowering taxes? Well, you know, how are we going to bring the economy back by just cranking up government spending? At best, what we do in government spending is redistribute wealth. We need to get back to creating wealth, creating prosperity. Now, look, Madam Chair, there are two divergent views in this House today. There is no question about it. One, the majority's budget is about preserving the status quo. It is about investing in Washington. The other, in Mr. Ryan's budget, our alternative, is about promoting opportunity. It is about promoting what is best for small businesses and working families of this country. America has always been more about opportunity. Yes, we want to promote security, financial security, but the way we do that is to promote opportunity. You know, I hear so many of the old, tired scare tactics coming from the majority. The Republicans, all they will do is ruin Social Security. We have provisions in our document which says we hold Social Security harmless. The seniors are protected. And then we hear from the gentlelady from Connecticut talking about the fact, and Madam Chair, I'd ask for an additional minute.
Yield the gentleman an additional minute.
The gentleman is recognized for another minute.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I hear from the other side that somehow we're cutting real money out of the budget. Well, you're darn right we're cutting real money out of the budget. What do you think the working families of this country are having to do every single day? They're having to tighten their belt. They're having to see about how they are actually going to make it through the month and pay the mortgage and pay the bills. So, yes, our budget alternative reduces the borrowing that goes on, that borrows the money that we don't have. It reduces it by 21%. It lessens the spending by almost $5 trillion. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, it is high time that we become responsible stewards of taxpayer dollars. As a gentleman from Wisconsin says, we owe it to the people that we represent. We owe it to the working families, to the small business people, to the single working moms out there who are worried about their jobs and the fact that investors are on the sidelines. We owe it to them to try and reinstill the confidence. We've got to set the example. The way we set the example is to be responsible. We have got to lay a path for the future and show that we are good fiscal stewards of the taxpayer dollars. And with that, I yield back.